Namaste. Welcome to Samskriti. We are now in the fifth sarga of Kishkinda Kandam in the Adhyatma Ramayana series. Rama, dwelling on that resplendent mountain, was extremely distressed by separation from Sita, and he told Lakshmana, O Lakshmana, see, my Sita has been forcibly abducted by a Rakshasa. We do not know whether she is dead or alive. If anyone gives me the news about her survival, he will be doing me a great favor. If I come to know about the whereabouts of that sadhvi, I shall soon retrieve her in any manner whatsoever, just as Amrita was extracted from the ocean. O brother, now this is my woe. Whoever it is who has taken Sita, I shall burn him with all his sons and his armies into ashes. Then Rama wailed for Sita morosefully. Oh, the moon like Sita, I can imagine how miserable you must be to sustain life without seeing me living in a demon's place. Alas, separated from that moon faced wife of mine, even the moonlight appears to be as scorching as the rays of the sun for me. O moon, you touch Janaki with your rays first, and then you should touch my body with your cooled rays. It looks as though this Sugriva is heartless. He doesn't understand how distressed I am. Having obtained a kingdom free of all enemies, he is now living in privacy with ladies, giving himself to drink and overindulgences. He has proved himself to be absolutely ungrateful. Even seeing that winter is approaching, he has not come forward to search for my dearest Sita. Wicked and thankless as he has forgotten me, his great benefactor. I shall destroy Sugriva along with his entire tribe. I shall send him the same way as I have sent Vali. Seeing Raghava bitter and angry, Lakshmana said, O Rama, command me whatever you want to be done. Even now I shall go, kill that Sugriva and come back to you. Saying so, Lakshmana, with bow, quiver and sword, was eager to go. Rama thereupon said, Dear brother, Sugriva is my dear friend. Do not kill him, but scare him that he too will be killed like Vali and come back to me soon with his reply. I shall decide what should be done after that. Saying all right, Lakshmana, the most valorous, went towards Kishkinda without any delay, determined as it were to burn the whole tribe of monkeys with the fire of his anger. But how is it that Rama, who is all knowing, who has Lakshmi ever abiding with him, who is of the nature of pure consciousness, is seen as distracted like an ordinary worldly man because of separation from Sita? How can he, who is the witness of Buddhi, who transcends Maya and its effects, who is in truth without any attachment and aversion, be afflicted by the effect of Maya? The answer to this mystery is this: he has revealed himself only to fulfill the request made to him by Brahma and also to give proper reward to King Dasharatha for his austerities. Besides, he, who is Mahavishnu himself, wanted to provide men engrossed in samsara with the story of Ramayana as a means for the eradication of all their sins. So he assumed the form of a man as Rama in order to teach humans how to behave in worldly life and how to attain the highest spiritual destiny. And for this, he, the one transcending all the gunas of Prakriti, behaved according to time and circumstance, like one infatuated by anger, delusion, etc. In fact, as a helpless man subject to the love of a woman, he is in fact the very embodiment of Vijnana, in truth, of the form of pure consciousness, and he is the pure witness transcending the gunas of Prakriti. That is why he is not involved or affected in any way whatsoever by lust, anger, and other passions, shortcomings, and faults, just like the sky remains unaffected by anything. The ordinary people, in ignorance, may credit Rama with attachment, aversion, and weakness, but Sanaka and other rishis and other saintly kings like Janaka and pure hearted devotees know the truth about him. The Lord, who has no birth, manifests himself to devotees according to the degree of their mental purity and spiritual capacity. Meanwhile, Lakshmana approached the city of Kishkinda and twanged his bowstring, spreading terror into the minds of all monkeys. Thereupon, some of the ordinary monkeys, in order to put up a defense, got upon the rampart with rocks and trees in hand, producing a tumultuous sound. Seeing the monkeys in such a menacing mood, Lakshmana bent his bow in order to bring about their destruction. Hearing about Lakshmana's arrival, Angada, the chief of ministers, came quickly to meet him. He dispersed all the other monkeys and, going near Lakshmana, made prostrations to him to pay his respects. Then the most endearing Lakshmana embraced Angada and said, "O dear son, you go and immediately inform your uncle that Raghava is extremely unhappy and angry with him, and I have come here at his command." Agreeing to do so, Angada went and informed Sugriva of Lakshmana's arrival. Hearing that Lakshmana had arrived at the gate of the city in a very angry mood, Sugriva was terribly frightened and called his trusted minister Hanuman and told him, "Go quickly with Angada and try to pacify the angry Lakshmana and persuade him to come into the palace." Commissioning Hanuman in this way, the king of monkeys said to Tara, "O sinless one, you please go forward and with your sweet words try to calm down the brave Lakshmana, and when he cools down, bring him to my palace and I shall meet him there." Agreeing to do so, Tara went to the central gateway. Meanwhile, Angada with Hanuman now went to Lakshmana and saluted him. They said, "O great and brave one, come with us without any hesitation. This palace is your own. Meet the royal queens and Sugriva. Then we shall do as you command." Saying this, Hanuman escorted Lakshmana most respectfully by holding his hand and led him through the center of the city towards the palace. On all sides, Lakshmana saw huge mansions of various monkey chieftains and reached the royal palace, which was most majestic, like the abode of Indra. When he reached the palace, he was greeted by Tara, the moon-faced beauty, bedecked with jewelry and with her eyes slightly red, intoxicated with pride of her beauty. After saluting Lakshmana, the sweet-voiced Tara spoke to him smilingly. "Come, dear brother-in-law, welfare and greetings to you. You are one of noble conduct and extremely munificent towards your devotees. Why are you angry at the king of monkeys, who is but your devoted servant? For a long time he has been suffering from sorrows and hardships. Now he has been rescued from that difficult situation by you. It is because of your grace and kindness that he has at last come to see this peace and comfort. But do not think that the noble-minded Sugriva, being engrossed in sense gratification, has failed to come and meet Rama. O Lord, numerous monkeys are arriving shortly from different countries. O Raghusattama, 10,000 monkeys have already gone to different places to mobilize a big army of mountain-sized monkeys. Sugriva himself will go with the army of monkeys and destroy all the Rakshasas, including Ravana. The monkey chief Sugriva will go with you immediately and shall present himself in the service of Rama. Now please come inside the royal palace. Sugriva is sitting there accompanied by his wife, son and companions. Meet him and bless him with fearlessness, for he is already terrified. Then take him along with you to Sri Rama." Lakshmana, with his anger slightly assuaged by Tara's words, now went into the inner apartment of the palace, where Sugriva was seated on a cot with his wife Ruma. Seeing Lakshmana, Sugriva got up like one extremely frightened, with his eyes rolling with intoxication. Seeing him in this condition, Lakshmana became angry and said poignantly, "O you characterless fellow, you seem to have forgotten Rama, the most exalted Raghu. Remember that the arrow which killed the heroic Vali is still with him. Killed by me, you will follow the path of Vali." Seeing Lakshmana use such harsh words, the brave Hanuman intervened, saying, "Why do you say such things? This monkey chief is more devoted to Rama than even yourself. He is ever awake to Rama's interests and hasn't forgotten anything. Crores of monkeys are coming from all directions for this very purpose. Look all around. They will soon embark in the search of Sita, and Sugriva will successfully fulfill the vows he has made to Rama." Hearing these words of Hanuman, Lakshmana felt ashamed of his conduct, and just then Sugriva also came forward and received Lakshmana in the proper manner with Arghya and Padya. He then embraced Lakshmana and said, "I am but a humble servant of Rama. I have been saved by him. Rama, can conquer the whole world in half a second by his own prowess. My monkey armies are only a mere token help in this enterprise." Then the son of Sumitra replied to Sugriva, "I perhaps have talked too much, O fortunate one. I said all that only out of love. You must forgive me for the same, O Sugriva. We shall now go to Rama, who is alone in the forest, steeped in sorrow on account of separation from Janaki." Agreeing to do so, Sugriva mounted a chariot along with Lakshmana, and accompanied by other monkeys, they went to the place where Rama was staying. To the accompaniment of kettle drums, mridanga, and other musical instruments, and provided with royal insignia like white ceremonial umbrella and peacock feather fans, and accompanied by a band of ministers headed by Hanuman, Neela, Angada, and a big following of bears and monkeys, Sugriva now went to Rama's presence. Moving on with the chanting now. Adhyatma Ramayane Kishkindhakande Panchama Sargaha Ramastu Parvatasyagre Manisanau Nishamukhe Sita Virahajam Shokamasahannidamabravit Pashya Lakshmana me Sita Rakshasena Hrita Balat Mrita Nischetum Na Janedyapi Bhaminim Jivatiti Mama Bruyat Kaschidva Priyakritsame Yadi Janami Tam Sadhvim Jivantim Yatra Kutrava Hathadeva Harishyami Sudhamiva Payonidhehe Pratignyam Shunu me Bhratarye me Janakatmaja Nitatam Bhasmasat Kuryam Saputra Balavahanam He Site Chandravadane Vasanti Rakshasalaye Dukkhartha Mama Pashyanti Katham Pranan Dharishyasi Chandropi Bhanuvadbhati Mama Chandrananam Vina Chandratvam Janakim Sprishtva Karairmam Sprishashitalaihi Sugrivopi Dayahino Dukkhitam Mam na Pashyati Rajyam Nishkantakam Prapya Stribhip Parivruto Rahaha Kritagno Drishyate Vyaktam Panasakto Kamukaha Nayati Sharadam Pashyannapi Margayitum Priyam Purvopakarinam Dushtaha Kritagno Vismrito Himam Hanmi Sugrivam Sapuram Sahabandhavam Vali Yatha Hato Medya Sugrivopi Tatha Bhavet Iti Rushtam Samalokya Raghavam Lakshmano Bravit Idanimeva Gatvaham Sugrivam Dushtamanasam Mamajñapaya Hatvatam Ayasye Ramatentikam Ityuktva Dhanuradaya Swayam Tuniramevacha Gantumabhyudyatam Vikshya Ramo Lakshmanamabravit Nahantavyastvaya vatsa Sugrivo me priyasakha Kintu bhishaya Sugrivam Valivatvam hanishyase Ityuktva shigramadaya Sugriva pratibhashitam Agatya paschadyat karyam Tatkarishyamya samshayam Tatheti Lakshmano gaccha Tvarito Bhima Vikramaha Kishkindham Pratikopena Nirdahan Nivavanaran Sarvajño Nitya Lakshmiko Vijnanatma Piraghavaha Sita Manushushochartaha Prakritah Prakritamiva Buddhyadisakshinastasya Maya Karyativartinaha रागादिरहितस्यास्य तत्कार्यं कथमुद्भवेत्। ब्रह्मणोक्तमृतं कर्तुं राज्ञो दशरथस्य हि तपसः फलदानाय जातो मानुषवेषदृक्। मायया मोहिताः सर्वे जना अज्ञानसंयुताः कथमेषां भवेन्मोक्ष इति विष्णुर्विचिन्तयन् कथां प्रतयितुं लोके सर्वलोकमलापहां रामायणाभिधां रामो भूत्वा मानुषचेष्टकः क्रोधं मोहं च कामं च व्यवहारार्थसिद्धये तत्तत्कालोचितं गृह्णन् मोहयत्यवशाः प्रजाः अनुरक्त इवाशेषगुणेषु गुणवर्जितः विज्ञानमूर्तिर्विज्ञानशक्तिः साक्ष्यगुणान्वितः अतः कामादिभिर्नित्यमविलिप्तो यथा नभः विन्दन्ति मुनयः केचिज्जानन्ति जनकादयः तद्भक्ता निर्मलात्मानः सम्यग् जानन्ति नित्यदा भक्तचित्तानुसारेण जायते भगवानजः लक्ष्मणोऽपि तदा गत्वा किष्किन्धानगरान्तिकं ज्याघोषमकरोत्तीव्रं भीषयन् सर्ववानरान् तं दृष्ट्वा प्राकृतास्तत्र वानरा वप्रमूर्धनि चक्रुः किल किला शब्दं धृतपाषाणपादपाः तान् दृष्ट्वा क्रोधतां राक्षो वानरान् लक्ष्मणस्तदा निर्मूलान् कर्तुमुद्युक्तो धनुरानम्य वीर्यवान् ततः शीघ्रं समाप्लुत्य ज्ञात्वा लक्ष्मणमागतम् निवार्य वानरान् सर्वानङ्गदो मन्त्रिसत्तमः गत्वा लक्ष्मणसामीप्यं प्रणनाम सदण्डवत् ततोऽङ्गदं परिष्वज्य लक्ष्मणः प्रियवर्धनः उवाच वत्स गच्छ त्वं पितृव्याय निवेदय मामागतं राघवेण चोदितं रौद्रमूर्तिना तथेति त्वरितं गत्वा सुग्रीवाय न्यवेदयत् लक्ष्मणः क्रोधतां राक्षः पुरद्वारि बहिः स्थितः तच्छ्रुत्वातीव सन्त्रस्तः सुग्रीवो वानरेश्वरः आहूय मन्त्रिणां श्रेष्ठं हनुमन्तमथाब्रवीत् गच्छ त्वं अङ्गदेनाशु लक्ष्मणं विनयान्वितः सान्त्वयन् कोपितं वीरं शनैरानय सादरं प्रेषयित्वा हनुमन्तं तारामाह कपीश्वरः त्वं गच्छ सान्त्वयन्तीतं लक्ष्मणं मृदुभाषितैः शान्तमन्तःपुरं नीत्वा पश्चाद्दर्शय मेनघे भवत्विति ततस्तारा मध्यकक्षं समाविशत् हनुमानङ्गदेनैव सहितो लक्ष्मणान्तिकं गत्वा ननाम शिरसा भक्त्या स्वागतमब्रवीत् ये हि वीरमहाभाग भवद्गृहमशङ्कितं प्रविश्य राजदारादीन् दृष्ट्वा सुग्रीवमेव च यदा ज्ञापयसे पश्चात् तत्सर्वं करवाणि भोः इत्युक्त्वा लक्ष्मणं भक्त्या करे गृह्य समारुतिः आनयामास नगरमद्याद्राजगृहं प्रति पश्यंस्तत्र महासौधान् यूथपानां समन्ततः जगाम भवनं राज्ञः सुरेन्द्रभवनोपमं मध्यकक्षे गता तत्र ताराधिपानना सर्वाभरणसम्पन्ना मदरक्तान्तलोचना उवाच लक्ष्मणं नत्वा स्मितपूर्वाभिभाषिणी एहि देवरभद्रन्ते साधुस्त्वं भक्तवत्सलः किमर्थं कोपमाकर्षीर्भक्ते भृत्ये कपीश्वरे बहुकालमनाश्वासं दुःखमेवानुभूतवान् इदानीं बहु दुःखौगात् भवद्भिरभिरक्षितः भवत्प्रसादात् सुग्रीवः प्राप्तसौख्यो महामतिः कामासक्तो रघुपतेः सेवार्थं नागतो हरिः आगमिष्यन्ति हरयो नानादेशगतः प्रभो प्रेषितो 10,000 हरयो रघुसत्तम आनेतुं वानरान् दिग्भ्यो महापर्वतसन्निभान् सुग्रीवः स्वयमागत्य सर्ववानरयूथपैः वधयिष्यति दैत्यौघान् रावणं च हनिष्यति त्वयैव सहितोऽद्यैव गन्ता वानरपुङ्गवः पश्यान्तर्भवनं तत्र पुत्रदारसुहृद्वृतं दृष्ट्वा सुग्रीवमभयं दत्त्वा नय सहैव ते ताराया वचनं श्रुत्वा कृशक्रोधोऽथ लक्ष्मणः जगामान्तःपुरं यत्र सुग्रीवो वानरेश्वरः रुमामालिङ्घ्य सुग्रीवः पर्यङ्के पर्यवस्थितः दृष्ट्वा लक्ष्मणमत्यर्थम् उत्पपातातिभीतवत् तं दृष्ट्वा लक्ष्मणः क्रुद्धो मदविह्वलिते क्षणं सुग्रीवं प्राह दुर्वृत्त विस्मृतोऽसि रघूत्तमं वाली येन हतो वीरः स बाणोऽद्य प्रतीक्षते त्वमेव वालिनो मार्गं गमिष्यसि मया हतः एवमत्यन्तपरुषं वदन्तं लक्ष्मणं तदा उवाच हनुमान् वीरः कथमेवं प्रभाषसे त्वत्तोऽधिकतरो रामे भक्तोऽयं वानराधिपः रामकार्यार्थमनिशं जागर्ति न तु विस्मृतः आगताः परितः पश्य वानराः कोटिशः प्रभो गमिष्यन्त्यचिरेणैव सीतायाः परिमार्गणं साधयिष्यति सुग्रीवो रामकार्यमशेषतः श्रुत्वा हनुमतो वाक्यं सौमित्रिर्लज्जितोऽभवत् सुग्रीवोऽप्यर्घ्यपाद्याद्यैर्लक्ष्मणं समपूजयत् आलिङ्घ्य प्राह रामस्य दासोऽहं तेन रक्षितः रामस्वतेजसा लोकान् क्षणार्धेनैव जेष्यति सहायमात्रमेवाहं वानरैः सहितः प्रभो सौमित्रिरपि सुग्रीवं प्राह किञ्चिन्मयोदितं तक्षमस्व महाभाग प्रणयाद्भाषितं मया गच्छामोऽद्यैव सुग्रीव रामस्तिष्ठति कानने एक एवाति दुःखार्तो जानकी विरहात् प्रभुः तथेति रथमारुह्य लक्ष्मणेन समन्वितः वानरैः सहितो राजा राममेवान्वपद्यत भेरीमृदङ्गैर्बहुवृक्षवानरैः श्वेतातपत्रैर्व्यजनैश्च शोभितः नीलाङ्गदाद्यैर्हनुमत्प्रधानैः समावृतो राघवमभ्यगाद्धरिः इति श्रीमध्यात्मरामायणे उमामहेश्वरसंवादे किष्किन्धाकाण्डे पञ्चमः सर्गः।